What happens when family loyalty goes too far? A few days ago, my wife took our 11-year-old daughter to a birthday party at my brother's house. It was supposed to be a casual family gathering, nothing out of the ordinary. But halfway through the day, I got a call from my wife. She was crying so hard she could barely speak. All she managed to get out was, "You need to come now. Stacy's been hurt." My heart just stopped. As she tried to get the rest of the words out, I started driving like my life depended on it. Then she said it. My brother had thrown our daughter into the basement. A grown man. He'd snapped at her and physically dragged her away while my wife was in the bathroom. I didn't want to believe it. My brother might have a temper, sure, but that? Still, my wife sounded so distraught I could feel my blood boiling. When I pulled up to the house, I heard yelling from the backyard. My wife was holding Stacy, who was wrapped in a blanket and sobbing. My brother was looming over them, lecturing them like they were the ones who'd ruined the party. The other kids stood off to the side, silent. The moment he saw me, my brother panicked and stammered, "Wait, I can explain," but I didn't let him finish. I scooped Stacy up. She looked pale and was struggling to breathe, and took her straight to the ER. At the hospital, after they told us she was okay, my wife explained what happened. While she was in the bathroom, the kids were all sitting around. My nephew started bragging about a prank where he and his friends poured oil and grease on some girl's hair. Stacy told him it was cruel and asked if he'd apologized. Apparently, he didn't like being called out. He called Stacy stupid. She fired back, told him he'd never get a girlfriend if he didn't fix his behavior. That's when he started yanking on her hair. She pushed him away. My brother came back right as his son screamed that Stacy was attacking him. Without asking a single question, he grabbed my daughter by the arm, dragged her to the basement, and threw her in. Then he shut the door. When my wife heard the screams and ran to help, he blocked the door. She had to threaten to call the police before he backed off. When she got Stacy out, the poor girl was hyperventilating in the pitch-black basement. I was so furious I had to walk out of the hospital and go back to his house. Our parents were already there. I confronted him in front of everyone. I asked how he could manhandle an 11-year-old, his niece, and throw her into a dark room like a criminal. I told him I didn't care what she did. There was no excuse for laying hands on her. My brother screamed back that Stacy had attacked his son. So I asked, "Where are the bruises? The cuts? Anything?" He went quiet. And then the other kids chimed in. One of them said, "We asked Uncle to leave Stacy alone, but he wouldn't listen." I was ready to call the police, but my parents stopped me. They said I wasn't in the right headspace and they'd handle it. I agreed, reluctantly, but I didn't expect what came next. They told my brother they were done. They cut him off completely, emotionally, financially, even told him his inheritance was gone. Then they informed the rest of the family. Since most of their kids were also at the party, they were furious. Parents picked up their kids immediately and blocked my brother's number. A few hours later, he called me, crying, begging me to fix it, said he needed the inheritance, said his ex-wife had heard and was now threatening to take full custody of their son. But through all of that, he never apologized. Not to me, not to Stacy.